Now available on VOD is a new movie where two famous actors who haven't been working as much star in a movie where they are basically getting paid to be in Hawaii. The movie has the word paradise in it and is not the one you were thinking of. It is Paradise City with Bruce Willis and John Travolta. And boy, is this movie a little rough. And let's just get into it. My name is Ben Friedman here from the Beniverse. All right, so today I am talking about the movie Paradise City, which stars the aforementioned John Travolta and Bruce Willis. They are reuniting again after what's it been like 30 years since Pulp Fiction, when bounty hunter Ian Swan is shot and presumed dead after disappearing in Maui waters. Swan's son Ryan, his ex-partner, and a local detective set out to find the killers. After being threatened by a ruthless power broker played by John Travolta, it appears Ryan and his team are out of options until an excursion to the closely guarded island community of Paradise City unites them with an unforeseen ally. So this movie stars Bruce Willis as the dad and John Travolta as the villain. It's an action movie directed by Chuck Russell. I will just say, action movie with Bruce Willis, I'm in. And obviously this can be a little bit of a touchy subject just due to the recent history of Bruce Willis, what we learned about his diagnosis. So I'm just going to say it right now. His performance isn't very good, but I'm glad he got the paycheck, and that's all I'll say about Bruce Willis for now. I want to focus on another actor in this movie, beloved John Travolta. Again, I'm glad he got the paycheck. He's horrible as the villain. This is some terrible acting. I don't know how this guy can be such a charismatic in some performances, and then in others just completely be devoid of charisma. I hope this is just the case of he didn't care and he got paid, close to $1 million just to be in this movie, because again, this movie asks enough of him, but he doesn't deliver on anything in this movie as well. There's no cool fight scenes, there's no cool action, there's no cool dialogue. It's just asked John Travolta to speak in a semi-funny accent that's not even that far from his real accent. It's kind of just a disaster all around. But if this movie had just been these two performers performing in this movie, it might not have been good. In fact, it would have been really bad. But they're not the reason this movie doesn't work. And so largely the reason this movie doesn't work is because of the performances from Blake Jenner and Priya Lundberg, who star as Blake Jenner plays Ryan, who's Bruce Willis' son in this movie, and Priya plays the local detective. They're some of the worst actors I've ever seen. I hate to say it. Again, I hope they got paid well. They're bad in this movie. There was no charisma. There was nothing that I could attach on to this movie. It's not fun. It's such a plainly just bad movie, and it's so shockingly, annoyingly bad, where I just wish this movie was campy bad. This isn't a campy bad movie. This isn't you can just turn your brain off, laugh, and just have a blast. This is a movie that is slow. There is not enough action. There's not enough fun dialogue. There's not enough stupid dialogue. There's not really essentially what this movie needed to be. Was it needed to be the later career of Bruce Willis before he just went straight to VOD. If this had had the tone of a film like Red, or even some of his other films like Hostage, this movie actually might have worked. The issue that ultimately becomes of this movie is Bruce Willis and John Travolta, despite, again, not being particularly good in this movie, or not in this movie a ton. It focuses on actors we do not care about. It's so just doesn't have the budget to have any form of action, and when they do, they don't even really try. The story's cliched. You've seen it all before. There's nothing surprising. There's nothing fun about this movie, and I cannot recommend this movie. I wanted to do this again, though, because it's John Travolta and Bruce Willis. I knew this movie was going to be bad. It was a straight-to-VOD movie with no real announcement. I just heard about this movie because I was browsing Wikipedia, the new releases of 2022. I wanted to check it out. Nothing particularly great I can report about this movie. If I had to give it some praise, Hawaii looks pretty. I mean, Hawaii is a very pretty state. Like, they capture that feeling and aesthetic very well in this movie. I mean, all I wanted to do after seeing this movie was hang out in Hawaii for a little bit, but that's really all the praise I can offer this movie. It's not worth your time. It's not worth the $6 to just rent the movie. I cannot recommend this movie. Again, I hope they both got paid. I hope this whole cast got paid handsomely to do this movie, because there's not really any form of artistic integrity, nor did I think there was ever a point of artistic integrity in this movie. But again, I'm always going to watch Bruce Willis, and with just the news of him recently, where with his diagnosis, I'm always going to support and make sure that Bruce Willis continues to get money and support, because he is one of my favorite action actors of all time and just one of my favorite actors of all time. So I'm glad that worked out for him in this way, and I'm glad he got to shoot some scenes in Hawaii with his friend John Travolta. It's a good story all around. Anyway, Paradise City is not a good movie, and I cannot recommend it. I am giving it 1 out of 4 stars. Thank you so much for watching the Beniverse. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the Beniverse. And if you want to see more reviews, let me know which movies I should see and check out. I'm going to see The Fabelmans, Bones and All She Said this week. I am so excited to have reviews all for that coming out later this week. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.